Welcome right away. I'm here in Godot and I have already set up a project. Um I got a player that's attached to a Node.js as its root, and I've already set up the camera as well, but we haven't yet written any code. I've made the player to look a um at the cursor using the look at function, and today we're just going to make a camera that offsets dynamically. So this is the player. The camera's working, but there's no offsetting based on position. So we want to use the cursor position and distance to offset the camera. So first off, I want to get the root node of my scene, which is the Node2D node that I have set up. So I will get this using the function getParent. But since this only gets the player, we have to get the node the Node2D by using another getParent function. Now we have this set up. We want to access our mouse position and find the distance between the player and the cursor or the mouse, as however you want to call it. Let me just call it get cursor distance real quick. Yes, that will do it. And now we'll scroll down here and start getting our distance to the mouse. So that's very simple. Just say mouse distance equals, and now we get to use our parents because we'll have to access the mouse position globally and not locally. So that's why I need to access the root. And for this reason, it's good to always access the parent. If not, you might end up having some weird behavior when you instance the scene in another scene where this node is no longer the root node of your entire scene. So to get distance, we just do get global mouse position minus the global position of the parent itself. The thing is, um, there is no autocomplete because the compiler or the editor or the game engine does not know what type of node or object our parent is. So if I would have written our parent double colon Node2D, then it will have worked out and we will have our autocomplete. Let me just set the global position real quick to parent dot global position. In other times, most of the times you will set the global position to that of the player because the player will be moving separately from the root node. So it's best to set it always to the position of the player. But in this tutorial, we just do it for tutorial's sake. So now that we got our mouse position and it returns the distance, we will use it to offset our camera. We will do this by using the vector2 that is returned by the getCursorDistance function in our physics frame function called physicsProcess. So here, it's quite simple. We can just type in, let me explain the offset. The offset is a vector2 as well, so we have to get its x coordinate and its y coordinate. And we just set that equal to get cursor distance dot x. Let me do the same for y really quick. X and Why? Well, if you want autocomplete, then it's best to specify the type that your variable is. So I write here vector2 real quick, and if I delete this again, I'll get autocomplete from my vector2 function. So let's run the scene and see what it is. Oops. Oh yes, this distance is just too large and it will offset the camera too far away. We don't want that, so we have to reduce the distance. And we can do this by simply just dividing the cursor distance. So I'll implement a constant. I will call divisor and set it equal to 4 because I've tested that before. And now I'll divide both the x and y coordinate of this returned vector2 by this divisor. Okay, so let's run it one more time. Oh, we can see our player and it's offsetting, as you can see, but yeah, it's not very smooth. So let's move that out. In Godot, we have the lerp function, which is just short for linear interpolation. And I will use this function to interpolate between whatever value we have for offset x or offset y at the moment and what our get cursor distance is returning divided by the divisor. So I'll just copy that with 0.1 as the weight of interpolation, and I'll copy that and yeah, just recall for the y. Let's change it, offset y, and here we go. Okay, let's test it. Let's see. It's offsetting smoothly, but it's not offsetting the y position. It's only offsetting in the x direction, not in the y direction. So there must be something wrong there. Let me find the bug. But looks pretty smooth right now. If you like, you can increase the value. I see. There's a x, y. Let's go test it. And now that's it. You have a dynamically offsetting camera based on cursor position in Godot4. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like for more tutorials.